Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Sunday morning and this special time together. If you don't know, our building has been locked up, and we have not been able to enter our building since March the 12th. I think we had 5 hours to get everything we wanted out of there. But we haven't been able to utilize it for Sunday morning service or for Wednesday, so we're doing it on video, and I thank you for joining with me. I also want to thank all of the people all over the world that are responding to these videos. I appreciate the input and the thank yous that are coming from everywhere. Again, this is a one of a kind experience we're all moving through all over the world. I have communication in Thailand and Nepal, Africa, South Africa, Europe, England, all over the United States and Canada. Thank you all for communicating with me and letting me know you're appreciating what we're doing. Someone mentioned that this was the worst time in their life, and I thought, well, let's explore the concept of the worst time of our life and look at something that might benefit us from the experience of going through what could be defined as worst time. One of the things about going through a period like this is it allows you to stop and remember and think about the best times. What is the best time of your life? Well, my friends, metaphysically, we know that love is the best time of our life. This is when we let go and let the creative power in us, as us, move from love, through love, to love, and create what? And create the ever grateful good that is ours by right of consciousness. Many times people treat and then they wonder why they deserve what they're treating for. You only need to understand that your deserving experience lies within the awareness of right of consciousness, by right of consciousness. That's the only excuse you need. You see, we can do this by becoming one with the awareness of Meister Eckhart, one of our great mystic minds that we draw on in New Thought. Meister Eckhart, who was the bishop of the Catholic bishop of Germany. He pointed out that God only beget one Son that is forever begetting itself in everyone. He was tried for heresy, and the trial went on 150 years. How would you like to be sequestered for that experience? Anyhow, at the conclusion of a 150-year-old trial, they excommunicated him, but Meister Eckhart, I'm sure, was gone before that, but his idea was true. Meister Eckhart stated, "The eye with which I see God is the same eye with which God sees me, for God is at home. It is we who have gone out for a walk." Now, I know that many of you watching this would like to go out for a walk right now, but maybe we need to go out from a walk from fear, from negative expectancy. You see, the need is great within everyone's lives to celebrate the expression of more love, greater positive, creative self-expression, and self-understanding. Self-understanding. What does this do? if we involve ourselves in this way of thinking. This way we are freed to do what? We're freed to become a loving asset in our world. At home, at business, at community, anywhere in the world. If we know in our heart and mind we're moving from love, through love, to love, we realize the answer to any problem in our lives is a love that reaches out from us and enfolds our lives everywhere at once. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, the author of the Science of Mind textbook, the brother of my teacher, Fenwick Holmes, said this: "I have not learned to love until I learn to love widely." Dr. Jack Addington used to teach us over and over again, draw a larger circle, include more in your awareness. See, every mystic mind who has ever lived, every new thought thinker, which is what mystic mind is not thinking about oneness, but to think as oneness thinks, to create a consciousness of love and then allow that love or oneness to become your critical thinking. There's a lot of people out there critically thinking from duality, from Calvinism, thinking that God has a plan for them. Well, I've got news for you. God doesn't know what's going to happen to you till you make up your mind. This is what all great teachers have said. The lesser ones have always created a God outside of themselves they can either blame or criticize or celebrate. But let's go back to the mystic minds. The mystic minds of every age have known that love includes and never excludes. You see, if we live from this truth, living from this truth allows us to greet all of God's offsprings, all of humankind, in a spirit of friendliness. Now, you can appreciate what you know someone is without understanding or accepting what they're doing. I love what you are. I don't pay attention to the choices you're making. You see, to rise our awareness, to rise up in awareness, is to do what? It's to raise our self-esteem by doing what? By loving ourselves the way we are, and then to grow into the realization that we, each and every one, Baptist and Buddhist, are of God. This is equally true of our neighbors everywhere. In the understanding of this, we establish in our hearts, check some of the mystical thinkers throughout the age, you'll realize that Alfred Lord Whitehead, who said that the order of the world is no accident. There is nothing actual which could be actual without some measure of order. The religious insight is the grasp of this truth, that the order of the world, the depth of reality of the world, the beauty of the world, the zest of life, the majesty and mystery and mastery of love, all are bound together, not accidentally, by reason, but by reason of truth. By reason of truth. That is the universal exhibition. The universal exhibition that we know is a creativity, an infinite creativity with infinite freedom. And it is in the realm of form and infinite possibility within us. but that this creativity, this form, are altogether important to achieve actual awareness of our actuality apart from the ideal harmony, which is God. Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about a change for the better in consciousness, because we do not treat effects, we treat cause. We don't treat to manipulate things, we treat to change consciousness, which produces a new thing. The healing of disease, limitation, failure, poverty, or other unhappy circumstance in your own life will happen if it is what? If it is prefaced by the healing of self-doubt. The healing of self-doubt. The healing of that self-doubt eliminates disease, limitation, failure, poverty, unhappy conditions. The healing of self-doubt. The healing of self-pity. The healing of low self-esteem. You see, when that healing in you as you takes place, and the only thing it's waiting for is your acceptance, when that healing has been accomplished by letting love be our way and your way and my way, the outward condition is adjusted to a positive. It is adjusted in a positive way without any further attention to the problem. You see, when we know, and we know that love is the best time of our life, we can apply that awareness no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. So know love is right where you are this morning. I thank you for being part of this Sunday morning experience on video. I am Dr. J. Scott Neal of the Tri-City Religious Science Center. We are in Northern California in Fremont, Newark, Union City. Again, until this lock over, we will not be able to use our facility, so we'll catch you online on Sunday and Wednesday, and we're also including treatments during the week. I want to mention, and Katrina, my assistant, will appreciate this, that this program and this experience we call Tri-City Religious Science is an ongoing experience, and we accept and appreciate your love and support. We honor it and we ask you for it. We have expenses that need to be met, and I want to thank you for taking the time to love and support what we're doing at the Tri-City Religious Science Center. Again, namaste. Thank you for being here this morning with me, and let's close this morning in a positive and beautiful way. We've just passed the metaphysical basket for love offering. Now let's move forward into a closing treatment, one that will move forward as our life today forward. As I know this morning, right ideas motivate me. Why? Because I am one with infinite life, and as I speak my word in first person, please allow yourself to affirm with me in first person. As I know out of the divine consciousness, the divine consciousness that we were all part of, moved through, and became more of. Out of the divine consciousness was I born. And in this same consciousness right now, I exist. I live and move and have my being. This is true of me, everyone listening to me this morning. As I know right now that right where you are, God is, and I know right where I am, God is, and I know the answer to everything we need to manifest something greater and more beautiful in this thing called life as we move from God through God to God in this lock-up experience in dealing with the virus and knowing there is an answer. This is the consciousness of right ideas, right motivations, right purpose. These are the spiritual guidelines I give myself. I open up and understand. Spiritual guidelines for all my thinking. I adhere to them. These assure me. These assure me of my good health. These assure me of my freedom in money, my giving, my receiving of love. I have no interest in negative ideas. I dismiss negative ideas from my thinking, from my consciousness. I think about the ideas I want to demonstrate in my life. I begin to contemplate the wonderful things to be accomplished when this experience the whole world is moving through is behind us. I know before us is a change for the better that we learn to live with, celebrate, and enhance in this thing called life. I maintain right ideas about my loved ones, my family. I know that all of those who have passed in this virus experience, that loving hands are meeting them in their next life. I know that those who are moving through this experience as a patient of any kind, I know that right where you are, God is, health is, happiness is, that God knows what to do and how to do it, and is doing it as you, as me, as our world. I am optimistic about every aspect of my daily functioning. I know this is true of me and you. I invite new experiences into my life, knowing that they enrich me by way of new ideas and enrich the world in which I live as I give from the best of myself to my world. I have nothing to fear, and I refuse to be afraid. I have absolute faith that my consciousness is spiritual, and therefore only good things can happen to me and to you. Free of all negative speculation, I proceed with the business of living effectively. No matter where I am, no matter what is going on, there is no restriction in consciousness. And so I give thanks for God's ideas, which bless and benefit me. And I know as I make a demand on the universe to know what to do and how to do it, I know and know I know. I am blessed by this knowing. I know everyone hearing my voice right now is blessed by this knowing. I give thanks that this is so, because I know it is. And that's the way it is. And so it is, was, and shall be. in the now or forever. Namaste. Be safe. Wash your hands. I'll see you next time. Love is blessing us. Know it and know you know it. Namaste.